everybody, it's Val from Autistic Interpretations. I'm Jess, Hannah, and Madison's mom, and today it's time for another Q&A. So in today's Q&A, I'm going to talk about prompts. What is a prompt? Why do I prompt Jessica? This question, answer, discussion comes from what seems to be widespread lack of understanding of why I prompt Jessica to say thank you on Thank You Thursdays. I have a feeling that the people who complain about me having to prompt Jessica are just not educated on what a prompt is, why they're used, and how common it is in special education. So all through Jessica's education, from the first IEP meeting to the last, there are measurements for progress. Still to this day in Jessica's ISP meetings, which is her individualized service plan, still to this day we do, there's verbiage in her goals related to prompts. So for Jessica to measure her learning progress, we measure if Jessica needs hand-over-hand assistance, a physical prompt, which is not like us doing it, the whole thing with her, but helping her physically, like in some kind of way physically, or a verbal prompt. This is part of our everyday life and has been for absolutely ever. I think that people forget or don't know or aren't educated. They watch our videos and they don't understand the depth of Jessica's disabilities and the root cause of her disabilities. There is a major reason for Jessica's disabilities. If you don't know her whole story, I encourage you to watch this video. I'll put a link up here. And it's about Jessica's multiple disabilities. And in that video, I go to great lengths to explain the cause of Jessica's disabilities, and I'll say it's because part of her brain is missing. She doesn't have part of her brain, and all the things that go or have come from that part of her brain being missing. What happens or can happen when you have an area of the brain that's not working or that's not there or whatever, over time, the brain can rewire itself so it can make new connections and stuff. That has most definitely helped with Jessica's function and functional level, but still, the wiring will always be different than everyone else's. There's nobody in the world just like Jessica, because there's nobody in the world that has Jessica's exact same portions of her brain missing to the exact degree. One of the comments that I read said that somebody had to stop watching our videos because after a couple of weeks, Jessica didn't learn to say thank you without being prompted. And I don't know if this person has seen any of Jessica's videos, how long they've been watching. I have no idea. But they're missing the big point. Jessica needs prompts to complete most tasks every day. When Jessica takes a shower, we have to prompt her with verbal prompts through every step of her shower every day for 30 years since she started taking a shower. We have worked on teaching her the steps to do her shower. And now she can do some of them, but she still has to be prompted. If she's not prompted, she mainly just stands in the water and lets it run over her because she enjoys the water so much. And she's mesmerized by the water. So she needs a prompt to scrub her head. She needs a prompt not only to wash her body, but in what order to wash her body. Marlo has put it to numbers. What's first? What's second? What's third? What's fourth? What's next? That kind of thing. I'll insert a little video here from yesterday where Jessica was putting her socks and shoes on to go outside to play ball with Zoe before Nani and Granddad got here. And in this video, if you'll watch the part where she's putting her second sock on, she gets the first sock on and she gets distracted with thoughts inside her head. It could also be that she's having a little mini seizure, because that's what her seizures can look like sometimes, where she just stops what she's doing.
Help you.
And she just sits there holding her sock, and I have to prompt her to put her next sock on. And she puts the sock on.
Do the other sock.
This is very typical, very normal, to be expected. This is Jessica's life. She's made progress in plenty of things where she can do them without prompts. That's the name of the game. Set goals, work on things, try to get to the point where she's independent and doesn't need prompts. When we're having our Thank You Thursday live streams, and I have to prompt her to say thank you, I'm not putting words in her mouth. I am reminding her that she hasn't said it yet, and it's the appropriate time to say thank you. There is so much going on during a live stream, and there's external noise, there's tons of thoughts, there's distractions about what's left to do, and what I'm trying to talk at the same time and read stuff on the stream, and it's just a lot. It's a whole lot of activity at once for Jessica. Sometimes she says thank you independently. Sometimes she does. It's not that I have to prompt her every time, but I want to make sure that she doesn't get distracted and forget to say thank you to someone, so we prompt her. And I'm sorry that some people get offended because they don't understand. I don't want anybody to watch any of our videos if it makes them unhappy. If you don't like watching our videos, stop watching them. But I'm all about educating and teaching. It's not just me prompting Jessica to say thank you. We prompt Jessica all day long. She's been prompted her whole life. She will continue to be prompted as we continue to work on things. If you've missed our video about expressive language and expressive language disorder, you might want to go back and watch that. It's all part of that. It's all part of Jessica's ability to express. And since she started talking, we've had to prompt her to help her be able to express herself and what she's trying to say or trying to express. I will go over this, and this is for those of you who aren't in education, have never been through an IEP, and don't measure success constantly for your whole life. The specific kind of growth and development of skill kind of success. You can have a gesture, which is like a nod, a point. You can point to something, any kind of gesture to encourage the next action. Full physical prompt. A physical prompt is where the teacher, parent, whoever, provides physical contact to guide the learner through the entire requested activity. For example, let's make it very simple. If you're teaching a child to clap their hands, or there's a clap that's supposed to go along with an activity or a song or whatever, you would hold the person's hands and move the hands together and teach them clap. Then there's partial physical prompts. Instead of doing the whole thing together by assisting, you just nudge. You just touch each hand and remind, okay, touch your hands together. That's like a partial physical prompt. Okay, then there's a verbal prompt. A full verbal prompt provides the learner with a spoken, complete response to a question just asked. In my video about Jessica and learning expressive language, I talked about how we had to teach her how to answer her name. And so we would say, what is your name? My name is Jessica. So the question is, what is your name? And the answer is, my name is Jessica. So that would be a full verbal prompt. A partial prompt would be where we say, what is your name? My name is, and we let her fill in the blank. So then you can have a written prompt like a list. So some people have a list of steps to take to do something, including, so for a shower, someone can have a list of the steps they need to take to complete their shower. That would be like a written prompt. Following a recipe. If you have to look at your recipe, even though you've made it 5 times and you still need the recipe, that's a written prompt to tell you what to do next. A visual prompt would be like a picture schedule, where if you can't read or it works better to use picture, you can have a picture schedule of the activities that need to go next. And there's an auditory prompt, like, I'll go back to the shower example. We have a timer set. When the timer goes off, Jessica knows that's time to get out of the shower. That's an auditory prompt. The goal is always to reduce prompts and go from full prompts to partial prompts to no prompts. That's always the goal. You know, Jessica will never grow back that part of her brain that's not there. Jessica will always have impairments. She will always have multiple impairments. That's not going to change, but that doesn't mean she can't grow and make progress and learn new things, because she does all the time. But that's only going to be some things that she makes progress on. There will always be things she needs to work on. If you go back and watch our videos, you'll see us prompt Jessica with her communication all the time. It's how we help her communicate. It's what helps her lead her best life. I know we have some educators that follow our channel. Please feel free to expand on this in the comments below. Please feel free to adjust anything that I may have spoken wrongly about education and the whole system. I'm not an educator. I am not a special educator. I am an educator, but I'm not a special ed certified educator. For those of you who don't know my background, I am a registered nurse. I have a bachelor's degree in nursing. So I do have some education, and I do have some practice in teaching health related things. So I'm not a professional special ed person, other than I like to say I'm a Jess expert. I'm not an expert. I'm a Jess expert. When I teach, explain, and demonstrate things, it's all based on my experience with Jessica. I don't have experience with other individuals other than interacting with people here online. If you have questions, ask them. Please be nice. We don't tolerate people who are not nice. People who are not nice get blocked from our channels. And sometimes they come back from a, they've recreated an account, and they'll come back and they'll be not nice again. And we block them again, and it's really a waste of our time. But we promote kindness, and we promote genuine curiosity, genuine questions where people are trying to understand better. And that's why we're here. We're here to help people understand and have a better idea of things. I know there are always going to be mean people, and that's okay that there are mean people, but it's not okay that they say mean things about Jessica on our channels. So you'll never see those comments last very long. Sometimes somebody will say something, and then they'll come back and they'll privately message me and apologize, and that's fine. I give second chances sometimes. And sometimes people ride right on that edge of being rude and but still have an underlying caring position about what they're saying. And I debate constantly about whether these particular individuals should be banned or not banned. So that's the ugly side of vlogging and blogging and doing videos like this. Is, everybody's entitled to an opinion, and our videos and posts are open for commenting, but that doesn't mean they're going to stay there if they're not nice. So we try to read all the comments, and we have some moderators that help us with comments so that if we miss some that are mean or rude, we can manage those later. All right. Also, in the comments below, there's a particular topic that you would like for me to address as it applies to our life. Not my relationship with Bad Daddy, but Jessica's functionality, our life related to Jessica, our life in general, something Jessica does, something I do. You wonder why I do it for her, with her, or whatever. It's okay to ask. Ask nicely. Ask nicely. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this has been helpful. See y'all later.